What is going on, and welcome back to another episode of iCoach Nutrition Radio. Today's topic, we're going to be diving into how to get healthy food when you are traveling. Okay, and so this could mean, how to navigate eating healthy, whether you're going to be able to do a grocery run, whether you're going to be eating out for all of your meals, whether your meals are going to be catered for you, or you're at somebody else's house, and you're going to be kind of in their environment and they're cooking for you. But ultimately, there's a lot of different scenarios that could come up here. But as I always say, it's not hard to eat healthy when you travel. It's hard to make the healthy decisions when you travel, right? And so the best case scenario here would be for you to be able to get to a grocery store ASAP, right? As soon as you touch down, wherever you're flying into, to be able to look, okay, what hotel am I staying at? What Airbnb am I staying at? Whose house am I staying at, whatever, right? And on your way there, before you leave for travel, do just a quick Google search and check what grocery stores do I have available in my area that I'm going to be arriving into, right? And if you can do a quick grocery run on the way to your hotel or Airbnb or the house that you're going to be staying at, that can be an absolute game changer for you, right? As we always hear, failure to plan is planning to fail. So if you can go do a grocery run and just get you some items, it doesn't have to be a full grocery shopping trip here, but if you can get any of these items that, for example, like maybe you just get like a staple breakfast for you to have each day. This could mean, if you had a little mini fridge there in your hotel room or a refrigerator at the house that you're going to be staying at, then you could be able to say, hey, I'm just going to go and I'm going to get stuff to make breakfast every day. And that way I can make sure that the first meal of every single day is spot on, right? It's exactly what I need. One of the last trips that I just took here, what I did with that is I just made my Greek yogurt bowl for breakfast every day. So I got the Phage 0% Greek yogurt. I got fresh fruit, so blueberries, strawberries, and then I got some peanut butter granola. And that way I could build out an iCoach plate, like I always reference, which would be quarter plate Greek yogurt, half plate strawberries and blueberries, and then quarter plate granola there. And I would make this Greek yogurt bowl that would allow me to get an adequate amount of protein, fats, and carbohydrates into my meal. It would allow me to get an adequate amount of both essentially the macronutrients that I needed, as well as the micronutrients I needed in terms of filling up half my plate with fruit, right? And getting the strawberries and the blueberries that I needed there, right? Which would be about 200 grams total if I was filling up half my plate, okay? So that's an option, right? The other option would be just get you some healthy snacks, right? So this could be, most of the time what you're going to be missing when you're traveling is protein intake is going to be hard to come by. Vegetable and fruit intake is going to be hard to come by. So if you can go to the store and get protein sources, so for example, this could mean get a protein powder, for a protein shake, or get the protein shakes that are already done for you, like the lean protein series or the what is it? I'm totally blanking on the name, like whatever, muscle milks or any of these that are like already made for you, that are already in the containers themselves, or better yet, bring a protein powder with you, which you can absolutely travel with. That would be an option, right? Get some protein bars, get some jerky, whether it's like a beef jerky or a turkey jerky or chicken jerky or something like that. Again, Greek yogurt would be a great option. You could even get you like deli turkey or deli chicken. That would be a good option there if you have a place to be able to refrigerate that. But getting some protein dense sources there, right? And that way you can have those available for snacks and even potentially meals. You can also get, the other thing you're going to be missing the most is vegetable and fruits, right? So being able to get like, raw vegetables, right? It could be broccoli or cauliflower, or carrots, or snap peas, or some of these things that you would see generally like in a vegetable tray, right? That you could like dip into like a sauce. And then fruit would be super easy there as well. Get bananas, get apples, get oranges, get things that don't even need to be refrigerated. And that way you have access to that, right? Because if you're eating an adequate amount of protein, it's going to help you to stay satiated. It's going to help you to have a whole lot less cravings. It's going to help you to stay in line with your nutrition goals when you're traveling, right? If you get vegetables and fruits, it's going to help you to get in more fiber into your diet, which will also help you to stay satiated. But more importantly, it'll help to keep your digestion, right, in a consistent place where you're not, where you're not getting bloated, right? And you're able to actually keep on with your daily bowel movements. Okay. And so those would be really, really important aspects of travel, being able to get to a grocery store ASAP when you get there. Who knows, you might even find a whole bunch of other options that could work depending upon where you're going. most of the major cities these days have a Whole Foods. If you go to a Whole Foods, you're going to now have access to a lot more minimal meal prep items. But honestly, most grocery stores do have minimal meal prep items. And so obviously this is a very generalized podcast. It kind of depends on you and your specific scenario and your, whatever your travel plans are going to look like. But the more that you can control the narrative, the more that you can go to the grocery store and be able to actually, have some healthy foods on hand, the better you're going to do, right? And even if you can get a solid breakfast that you can consistently eat each day and some healthy snacks, that alone is going to help you so much just in your day, right? Now, all you have to do is focus on your lunch and your dinner. And so this would bring us now into what we're doing from an eating out perspective, right? And so, as I always say with eating out, it's not hard to eat healthy when you go out to eat. It's hard to make the healthy decision when you go out to eat. And so what this is going to look like is being able to, again, plan ahead, right? Failure to plan is planning to fail. So as soon as you figure out where you're going in terms of a restaurant, whether you're going to eat with clients or family or friends or whatever, just do a quick Google search. Look up the menu ahead of time, right? Come up with a plan, right? Having a plan going into a restaurant is going to put you in a much better scenario than if you had no plan at all. Okay. And being able to focus on what I reference as the iCoach plan again can allow you to be able to really execute on your game plan no matter which restaurant that you go to, right? So you look at the menu, you look at what options that you could have in terms of being able to fill up a quarter of your plate with protein, a quarter of your plate with carbohydrates, and half of your plate with color, right? Most restaurants, it's not going to be hard to get in carbs and fats. That's going to be pretty easy, right? And typically it's not really that hard to get in protein either. Most of the restaurants, what they're going to lack is vegetables and fruits. So you're really going to have to look at the different side options that they have for vegetables and fruits. See if you can add some vegetable sides or some fruit sides to your meal, right? Or look at all of like the different entrees that they have and see if there's any vegetables or fruits included in those meals, and either pick those meals or just simply ask for a side of those vegetables or of those fruits to add to your meal. Right. So generally speaking, if I went to really any restaurant, I could look at the entree section, right? I could pick a meat or a seafood option there, right? Or if you're vegetarian or vegan, I'm sure they might have some type of like plant-based option there that you could use for a protein source. And then from there, so that'd be your quarter plate protein. From there, make sure that you pick a vegetable or a fruit or a combination of both to fill up half your plate with color. And then from there, add a carbohydrate source to that meal. And so it's very, very easy 99% of the time to be able to eat healthy when you go out to eat. It's really just based off a choice, right? Do I want to eat healthy? If I do, where there's a will, there's a way, right? And then the healthier that you can eat while you're traveling, the better you're going to feel, right? The more confident you're going to be in your own body and how you look, right? And the better you're going to be able to perform, whether that's with work or with just showing up as the best husband or wife or dad or mom, or whatever it is that you're going to travel for. Okay. So keeping this super simple, again, this was how to get healthy food when you are traveling. If you have any questions at all on this or want me to dive into your specific scenario a little bit more specifically, drop your questions here below. Let me know. Always happy to help. And other than that, hope y'all have an amazing day. Hope y'all have an amazing week. And until next time, thanks guys.